Hey guys, what's up? It is yours truly, the hometown favorite, Royal Dynastie with 478 TV. Make sure you tune in to Power 1071 weekdays, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. I'm your girl, Power Team. We lit, baby.
Alright, man. We with Royal Dynastie, man. The hometown favorite, Power 107. Get into it. How did you get into, being a personality?
Honestly, it started back when I was in college. So I went to Savannah State University. Shout out to SSU, HBCU love all day. I took up mass communications, radio and television, and I just remember honestly being like a little girl, like singing all the songs on the radio. My daddy like, you need to know your work, whatever. So, when I got into school, I originally started out as a business major. And it was just too black and white for me. You had to wear your hair a certain way. You can't have your nails like that. I'm a bubbly person. So people who know me know that I'm like just fun, loving, whatever. So I was in a modeling organization. And I had a friend who she used to film us. And I'm like, well, what you doing? She was like, it's for my class. I was like, well, what's your major? She said, mass comm. I was like, okay, I think that's me. So I ended up going over to mass comm from business, and I got in the radio. So then it got to a point where I started being like, okay, well, my same friend, she used to have her own radio show at the radio station on campus, and she would let me just come up there or whatever. So I started coming up there, meeting the people in the radio station. So when it got my turn, like my junior year, senior year, I got my own radio show. It's called a Dope Show.
Okay.
So it was me and two other guys or whatever, and Dope stands for Dreams Often Persuade Excellence. Okay. So that's just kind of how it started. My first name was Mama D. Mama D. And people used to be like, well, who mama are you? I don't have no children, right? And I'm like 21, 22 calling myself Mama D. So I feel like it just fit with me. So I'm like a real nurturing type of person. So yeah, Mama D is me.
Where did you get your background, like, in business? Like, what made you, interested in taking up business?
So really, I was going to go into computer information systems just because I've always kind of been computer savvy. I always want to, like, hook stuff up. So I'm the type of person where you can have the instructions on how it's supposed to be set up, but I'm just going to look at the picture and see what I see and put it together. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So I always just kind of been, I guess, on the techie side too. And that would just kind of make me be like, all right. And then you have people telling you, business, it makes money in business. So I was like, well, let me see. But I had no idea what I was really doing. Yeah. But that's how I kind of started out with business. And honestly, here I am now in 2020 and thinking back like, okay, maybe I should have stuck with business, because being an entrepreneur, really knowing numbers and things like that is really important these days, especially everything that's going on with this whole pandemic. Like, if you are an entrepreneur, you need to be trying to find some type of hustle to make your money. Yeah. So I kind of wish I would have stuck into the business, but I guess in a different field of concentration.
What made you, begin to get into modeling?
Modeling, ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. Like, I feel like growing up, I've always had a pretty face. People have always told me I look nice, or I'm very photogenic, and so I really don't know. Fashion in high school, my biggest thing was like, I want to be best dressed. The superlatives in school. Yeah. So I actually ended up being best all around. So it was just like, okay, cool. But when I got into college, the modeling organization that we had, it was for plus size women. And usually when you think of models, you think small. These days, Instagram models, small waist. But our organization was for plus size women to walk. Let them know these skinny girls. See, y'all ain't got nothing on this child. We were hitting splits, all type of stuff. Yeah. But to know that we was really out here walking in heels, 6-inch heels. You doing choreography, you know, it was different. So and for some of us, it was our fraternity or sorority. You know what I'm saying? Because we was just that close knit. So if you didn't cross Greek, this was just almost damn near as good as it, because like this was a real friendship. And even to this day, the people from the modeling organization, I still hang with them. So it's like my family for real.
Okay, that's what's up. So let's take it back a little bit, man. Let's talk about, you know, where were you born and raised?
Okay, so I am from Macon, Georgia, East Side, or people would like to try me and say I'm from Jones County, but you know what I'm saying? I stay on the borderline of Jones and Bibb, so you know it's I still represent the East Side all day, you know. So definitely born and raised here. My mom is from South Macon, Houston Avenue, and my dad is from Twiggs County, Drop Range. So yeah, I got the hood and the country mixed together. I'm like Beyonce.
Talk about you know, your parents growing up.
My parents growing up. So my mom, she owns her own daycare, and she's had her daycare now. My sister, I have a younger sister. Her name is Princess. Shout out to my sis. She just graduated from the University of West Georgia. Go Wolves. My sister is 25 this year, so my mom has had her daycare for like 21, 22 years, you know what I'm saying? So most kids that I knew, their parents worked, so they used to be home by themselves or whatever. My dad, he's always been a hard worker, you know what I'm saying? And we got a chance to grow up with our mom actually being home when we get off the school bus, seeing us get on the school bus, you know what I'm saying? So we always had that coming home. And with my dad, like I said, he just always was a worker. So the time we got to spend with him, you got to spend it. And honestly, it really took me a long time to really understand my dad. So I would consider myself to be an affectionate type of person, right? So I'm real like huggy, lovey, you know what I'm saying? So with my dad, with him, like I said, he just provider. His way of giving affection is, I'm gonna give you what you need, you know. And it was times where I felt like I want to be able to be that daddy's girl. Like me and my sister, we still are daddy's girls, but not the way that I would want it to be, you know. But now that I'm older, we have our relationship with each other where I understand him, you know. Like I said, I'm crazy, right? So I'm very theatrical, very loud, you know, and so I've been going around the house saying coronavirus.
Yeah.
My dad is like, that is not nothing to play with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, you know, I'm just trying to make light of the situation. Everybody don't gotta be so like uptight. I get it's serious, you know, but he is like not with that. So we've just kind of had to understand each other, and it took a while for me to get older and mature, you know what I'm saying, as well. And my parents are still married. They've been married for, Princess of 25 years, you know. So growing up too, you get to see the whole change, I guess, in marriage and what it's like, you know. As a little girl, it was like, oh, I want to be married. But as you get older, you really get to see the things that, you know, low key, I love y'all, what they bicker about or whatever. And it's like, dang, do I got to deal with that when I get married? You know what I'm saying? So you really get to see, and, you know, I applaud them for still making it work. 25 years, 30 years, you know what I'm saying? Later, it's definitely not easy. And that's why, like, when I date, I have to tell people from, hey, I know I'm a little crazy. I know I might can be a little tough kissy. I just want you to know that, you know, before you dealing with me, because we get married. I'm trying to do this thing one time, baby.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, I mean, all in all, very grateful. And it took me to go off to college and realize that, you know, everybody still doesn't have their parents that they can call on and to get things from. So I always try to make sure I give them their roses while they're here. And like I said, even though my dad may not be affectionate, I treat him how I want to be treated. I give him that affection even if he doesn't give it back to me the way that I want it. So, you know.
Talk about you know, growing up being the older sibling, and you know what I'm saying, what that was like for you.
I feel like being the oldest sibling, you get in trouble for everything. Like everything is. I feel like my sister can get away with murder and the things that she did. That I'm like, you weren't like that with me when I did this. Oh, but she could get away with it. So you know, I feel like being the oldest sibling is that experiment. The parents are growing as well with the child. So you know, and I actually love being a big sister now, because with me and my sister, she's like my best friend, and we talk about everything. I'm constantly encouraging her and motivating her to say, sis, keep going, keep going. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let nobody tell you what you can do, what you can't do. We call her the little engine that could, because you know it's been so many times where jealousy can get in the way. So girls, you know, trying to deal with peer pressure, and when girls not liking you and this and that, you know, they you know, it's I feel like being beautiful is like what they call it, a curse and a blessing. Because you know, sometimes it's like I got people who don't like me just because how I look. You didn't even get to meet me.
Yeah.
You know? So definitely with her, that's my best friend. I remember Princess was born when I was 4, and I did not like her. But growing up, it was because, you know, I'm like, I've been the only child for so long, now you got to share stuff, and I'm like, why she got to dress like me? Yeah. Both our birthdays are in May, so we would share birthdays together. So even to this day, we're still like, hey girl, what you doing for your birthday? This is what we're going to do together, you know. So, yeah, my sister Princess, shout out to her. Again, that's like my best friend. We talk about everything. I got her secrets. She has mine. Yeah. I have to tell her sometimes, hey, I snatch you up still. Yeah. You know, but she respect me and I respect her. So.